All right, thank you everybody for coming to my presentation. As you can see on the TV screen, the topic of today is abortion. But before we get into that topic, I want to talk about me and how I relate to the topic. So I grew up in a religious household with very strict conservative viewpoints. And then throughout my middle school and high school career, I've seen a bunch of injustice against women and their reproductive rights. And it really hit close to home when I had to help my friend choose between her family values and getting an abortion at the age of 16. So what is the problem here? The problem is women and girls around the world, especially living in poverty like my friend, had little access to information about the reproductive health and rights. So where does all this stem from? Well, according to the American Bar Association in the United States, the focus is on absent-only program. And the problem with absent-only program are they are very inefficient because they do not delay sexual initiation or reduce risky sexual behavior. And according to the Global Fund for Women, women face a bunch of discrimination, stigma, and restrictive laws and policies about their bodies. And because of that, women face harsh judgment and have to act in secrecy. And according to the National Conference of States legislature, there's not enough comprehensive sex education. And comprehensive sex education is more available in higher education than in high school and elementary level. So why does any of this matter? Well, the ability to control decision pertaining to your reproductive health is a basic right. No person should have that choice other than you and your doctor. And deciding when to become a parent is one of the most important and private matter a person can make. And sexual and reproductive rights are basic human rights. So my purpose here today is to tell you not to believe in pro-choice or pro-life. I am here to simply ask you to be open-minded and place yourself in the shoes of women who has been chastised for simply making a choice about their own body. So before we get into that, I'll show you a little preview of the solutions. You can always educate yourself and others, work to educate and vote for pro-choice women, and donate to abortion funds and clinics. And before I move on into that, I would like to give thanks to my citations where I got all of my information. Bertha Alvarez, who wrote Pro-Life and Pro-Choice. Suzanne, who wrote The Pro-Choice Movement, The Economist Intelligence, and Marshall Madoff, Pro-Choice versus Pro-Life. So once again, to reiterate, the problem is women and girls nowadays who are especially living in poverty have little information to their reproductive health and rights. And according to the Guzman Institution, regardless whether abortion is legal or not, women still need access to abortions. And before it became illegal, more than 5,000 plus people die a year just doing their own abortions. So here in North America, as you can see, it's pretty safe. But as restriction and laws grow, that 5,000 is assumed to spike more, like other parts of the world. And according to the World Health Organization, before abortion were really legal, they had to use coat hangers, knitting needles, and go to back alley abortionists to get abortion, sadly, and that's the reality we lived in. And the first solution to any of this is to become pro-choice and educate others around you. Pro-choice doesn't mean pro-abortion. Pro-choice is just a simple philosophy that women have the freedom to make deliberate, responsible, and reproductive decisions about their own bodies. And this is protected under the 9th and 14th Amendment. And people have it twisted what abortion is. Abortion is just a medical procedure that's deliberately terminating a human pregnancy within the first 28 weeks. And having a child is a lifelong decision, takes a lot of preparation and responsibility. And a child should not be brought into a world that is unwanted and unloved. And the second solution is to work to elect and vote for pro-choice women. It's mainly white wealthy men who make these laws against women. And women should be making choices about women's health in office and not men. And healthcare depends on the policy with who you elect into office. And after 2011, a bunch of anti-abortionists made it into office on a state and federal level. And the third solution is to donate to technical difficulties right there, is to donate to clinics and programs around the U.S. Because after the 1976 Hydri Amendment, abortion was exempt from the comprehensive health plan services, and Planned Parenthood pulled away from Trump's admin for funding since they were getting defunded anyways. So these are some of the places you could donate to, like the National Network for Abortion Funds, Feminist Women in Healthcare Center, and Women Have Options. They work both nationally and worldwide. And just to restate everything, I just want women to have the ability to choose on their own without repercussion of the law or other people's opinions. The first solution is always to educate yourself and others, work towards to elect pro-choice women, and donate to abortion funds and clinics. And to end this off, I would like to quote our rep, AOC in New York. Most men writing these anti-abortion bills don't know a thing about women's bodies outside of the things they want from it. Thank you for coming to my presentation today.